past were known. MCing, DJing, graffiti had grown. B-boy and knowledge, the pillars of the game. But a sixth emerged, adding to the flame. Comics and hip-hop, a fusion so tight. Visual storytelling, lyrics that ignite. From the pages to the beats, a seamless blend. The sixth element, where two worlds transcend.
Welcome to the Sixth Element Show, where comics and hip-hop flow. Reno and Stu guiding the way, bringing you the culture every day. Welcome to the Sixth Element Show, where comics and hip-hop flow. Reno and Stu.
What's good, y'all? Sixth Element of Hip Hop Collectibles. Right now, we are still waiting on Stu Dog to get in. I've been trying to help him with his link, but you know how Stu Dog is. He'll be on here shortly. But we got a great show as always, man. We're gonna talk about this Energon universe, Transformers, G.I. Joe, all in one. It's crazy. It's peak comic comicdom. You ain't doing comics right if you're not reading this. But we're gonna break it all down for you. But of course, we got the great toy news and toy goodness today. We got Nimrod just came up for pre-order today. And already, if you didn't know it, if you already made your pre-orders at, certain stores, you might want to cancel those and reorder it somewhere else. I'm going to show you. They dropped it about $10. Price drop. Crazy out of nowhere. Real cool. We love that. Always good. There he is. He made it. There we go. He made it.
What is up with the email? No, man, that's serious. What's up, man? No, seriously, like the shit didn't come through. That's a problem, bro.
What are you gonna do? Go tell what you call him? Who was it? Let me see why. I don't even know how I sent it on.
What'd you send it on?
Yeah, you're gonna have to play to Yahoo about that. Yeah.
Oh, bro. I was like,
I sent that joint like 4 times. And it's in my sent mail like 4 times.
Check this out. It literally. What time did you send it? Let me see something. Let me check. What time you send it?
Like 6:40, 6:50, 7:05, and 7:10.
Came up when it showed up on my email.
That's crazy. Well, it don't matter because we here. You know what I'm saying? We made it.
That's all that matters. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Here.
We gonna make it.
I said, empty your mind.
Like Puff Daddy, we gonna make it.
Be water, my friend.
You know? Hey, man, we're gonna do a Bruce Lee show.
Be Puff Daddy, my friend.
You might not even do this yet, but yeah, we're gonna do a Bruce Lee show. I'm gonna call it Michael Jai Y.
He said, he did an interview where he said that he could beat Bruce Lee. Like Bruce Lee wasn't that type of fighter like we thought he was. That's
and I've got
that's going for like a John White.
Yeah, and I've got a whole.
He said he's too small. That's what he said. He said he weighed like 2 something, and Bruce was like $150, and that he could. And the weight difference was the difference. Right?
Oh, let me tell you something about Bruce Lee. He was an anomaly. Bruce Lee was a special dude. Bruce Lee worked out with a 700-pound kicking bag. He used to rock 7. He would, if he kicked a 700-pound man, he would fly across the room. That's how fucking much power that 135-pound man had. It's all about sinew, man, and muscles. But trust me, I got a whole dissertation from Michael Jai ass. What up, Paul Morales? What's good, man?
But you know what?
I got bones to pick with Michael Jai. I got bones to pick with Quentin Tarantino, and I got bones to pick with Chuck Norris because they're haters. They're haters, and they're jealous, and it's sad. But I'm gonna break it all down. I'm gonna prove them all wrong. Me and everyone else that knew Bruce Lee personally, we're all gonna prove them all wrong. Next week.
I really think that you can't. That's like. All right, it's like who was out? John Sally. Michael Jordan said it the best. Like people they were saying Michael Jordan's the GOAT. But Mike was like, I can't be the GOAT. And they were like, why? Like when he said that, and it came out of Michael Jordan's mouth. His jaw, everybody's jaw was on the floor. And they were like, why? He said, because you only judging me by how many rings I got. You're not judging me on my talent. He said, but if you judge me on my talent, that's different. But he was like, you can't judge me on my rings. He said, I can't be the GOAT because we ain't done yet. He said, somebody might come after me and get like 18 rings. And then he named, I think it was Bill Walton, or one of them from the Celtics, got 11 rings. He said he got 11 rings. Why he ain't the GOAT? So he was like, so you can't compare the two. Like he was like,
I don't
he
think
said two
you. I
different
don't.
eras.
If anybody
just-
says Michael Jordan is the GOAT because of how many rings he has, they haven't been paying attention. That's not why he's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT.
That's irrelevant.
That's not why. And that's what Mike said. Mike said he said the rings don't matter.
He is the
Because
GOAT, though. He's
he is the
bugging.
GOAT.
He is the GOAT. And I'm gonna say like this though: you can't really say anybody's the GOAT until the end of time.
That's what Mike was getting at. But Mike
But
also said that you can't judge him.
That's stupid. We want to call people GOATs. Fuck that.
Yeah, and then and that's what Mike said. Mike said, so everybody, he said, y'all call LeBron the GOAT. He said, look, he said, that's just, you can't put him up against me. That's two different eras. And he said, if LeBron was in my era, he said, he said, look how many people I had to go up against. Like, all of them were in the Basketball Hall of Fame. He said, how many people in the Basketball Hall of Fame from LeBron's era? It ain't that many. Right. So he was like, you can't compare the eras. They can't be compared because it was just the players are different.
Yeah.
And the multitude of players are different. And I was like, you got a point there. But Bruce Lee, I think Bruce Lee would kick a hole in Michael Jai White's chest the size of Cincinnati.
Michael Jai White.
I think he would. I really do. Man, Bruce Lee was fast. He was quick. I mean, when he kicked Chuck Norris,
bro. Yeah, it's not even funny. Chuck Norris. What was you gonna say about Chuck?
Yeah, when he kicked Chuck Norris in the joint, he kicked right out of Chuck Norris. Wow.
Somebody in the movie?
Yeah, Chuck Norris. And that was real. That wasn't like, I mean, it was a stunt double that he kicked, but Bruce Lee kicked the man. The man was the same size, height, and weight as Chuck. He kicked the man with everything he had. Kicked the man halfway across the screen.
Well, Bruce, I mean, that's, but so Chuck Norris's whole deal was that, first of all, Chuck is immensely jealous of Bruce Lee because he wanted to be revered the way Bruce Lee is revered by everybody. And he basically is jealous that he put forth all this effort and he became the world champion, all this, and you still ain't Bruce Lee, motherfucker. And honestly, like, I don't know. I got lots of opinions about that, but I ain't gonna go into that. But Chuck Norris, bro, he's jealous as fuck. And so he says that Conan O'Brien asked him, did you ever fight Bruce Lee, like really fight? And he goes, oh no. Like Bruce isn't a real fighter. Like, or he goes, Bruce never fought in the ring. That's what he said. Bruce never fought in the ring.
But you know what, man?
Motherfucker, Bruce never fought in the ring, and you never fought in real life. Bruce was a real fighter in street fights, in gangs, on the rooftops of Hong Kong's underworld growing up. He was in martial arts his whole life, but he fought in real fights. Like, he really got challenged by real motherfuckers in the street. He really had to defend himself. He really fought real people, and his whole philosophy was on how to fight real people. That fighting in the ring and fighting traditionally and doing katas and all that stuff, it's not really going to help you in a real street fight. In a real street fight, and you get attacked by somebody and you don't know what they have. Chuck Norris, you go in the ring, Chuck, you're fighting someone else that has your same style. You guys are both doing karate, or you're both kickboxing. Well, you in a street fight, you might be fighting a jiu-jitsu master. You might be fighting a kung fu master. You might be fighting just, some asshole who's really, really huge and strong, and you might have to be able to defeat that. And you can't do that with normal boxing. So he's going to show you all this shit. But for Chuck to say that, man, it just proves that these guys are just jealous, because it's either that or you just literally have chosen to learn nothing about this man that you guys say you respect so much. Because, I mean, all you have to do is research the man a little bit and you'll find out all his history. I mean, trust me, I have a compilation, bro. I'm about to go in. I'm going to season these, dude. Trust me, bro. Next week, watch. I got something for that.
I wish I got this video on Mercedes. My father sent it to me. And it was Bruce Lee. I think he was like, it was showing how fast he was. And they were throwing these, I think it was like these balls or something. And he was just knocking them down. He was kicking them with precision too.
Oh,
and then you know how he was throwing those darts in the movie? So he had made some of those because people thought he really couldn't do it. And he was doing it for real. Like they were throwing like these papers up, and he was hitting them like with precision too, like just throwing them. And they were showing like, look, Like if he's hitting these joints with just throwing them with his hand, and they're piercing it there, and it's going through, and he's
Yeah.
doing it with precision, so he can really do that. But
Yeah.
I always take it back to this what people said, and I wish I was on a lot of those interviews. I'd be like, well, listen, if y'all were around when Chuck when he was around, why nobody ever challenged you to a fight? Nobody ever said, well, Bruce, you can't really do all that. What's up? Let's just. Nobody ever challenged him. Nobody ever said, well,
No, that's the
Bruce,
thing.
let's go in the woods and just get this over with.
No, that happened many times on the set. And that's the thing that you gotta, that's the thing Chuck has to understand. There's story after story. Bolo Young, you know who Bolo Young is? The
Yeah, I know
big dude
Bolo
from Bolo?
Yeah.
Fucking street
That's the Chung Lee.
Yeah, Chun Li, right. So he was like, he said, I've seen multiple stuntmen and shit challenge Bruce Lee to real fights. Like, you ain't really about that shit. You're just an actor. Like, you walk around, you act like you this and that. He's like, let's see how you really do it. And he said, I watched Bruce humiliate several dudes. Like, it wasn't even a fucking contest. It was nothing, like nothing to him. And that's real fights.
Yeah. And that's why I said Chuck Norris never challenged him. The only one I knew that did challenge him to a fight was what's my man's name? The black dude with the afro. What's his name?
Jim Jones?
Jim
Kelly, I mean.
Jim Kelly. And Jim Kelly was like,
I got an interview by Jim Kelly talking about how Bruce is untouchable.
Yeah, Jim Kelly said it. He's like, nah. He said we had a, he said we sparred. He said I asked him to spar. We sparred. He said it was a little funny, but he said Bruce was legit. Like he was like he wasn't no pushover, and he said people think because he was small,
right,
that they could, you know what I mean, that they would be able to overpower him.
Yeah,
but he was
and
like that was. He said that ain't the case. He said that wasn't the case.
You got to think, this dude. They said he had less than 1% body fat. Now you're 135 pounds of pure muscle and sinew and tendon. Like, this dude is a cat. He's like a feline. He's not even like a human being. Like, that's the kind of speed and power he can produce that a normal 135 pound guy is not going to be able to produce. That's the thing. It's like, Casual Toy, what up? He was an anomaly. He wasn't a normal dude, and that's what people, there's weight classes for a reason in fighting, like in boxing and stuff like that. But there's also rules in boxing for a reason. There's rules in tournament fighting and kickboxing tournaments and shit for a reason too. And that's because, you know what I'm saying, everybody kind of needs to be on an even keel. And that's why there's weight classes and this and that. But the thing is, in street fights, it's never an even keel. You're never fighting someone in your weight class that knows your exact moves and all that. That's never happening in real life. So what that doesn't, that's great that you can win hell of fights in a thing where they put you in a fucking, square ring with rope around it with a guy that's your exact weight class. You know what I mean? That fights your same style. Okay, yeah, that's impressive. You've mastered that activity. It doesn't make you a fucking fighter. Like, not in real street fights. Now, not saying you can't. It's plenty of UFC guys that will wreck you in real life.
Oh yeah,
most UFC guys will wreck you in real life because they're UFC. Chuck Norris wasn't UFC. He was a karate guy. Period.
But
you know Muay Thai, you know Jiu-Jitsu. Bruce knew all that shit.
And you got to remember too, like MMA, like to me, I always say MMA to me is just organized bar fighting. That's what that is. What? Because to stand up, let me hold on, hit me out.
Well, early UFC,
the hardest thing,
in the beginning, it was like a brawl, but now it's actual fighting.
The hardest thing to do, hardest thing to do in the world when it comes to fighting is stand up on 2 feet and fight somebody. That's it. Because when you see two boxers in the ring and one boxer start getting the best of the other boxer, what does the other boxer do? He grab him and hold on to him, and the ref got to break him up. So that proves the point right there. So if you standing up and you fighting somebody, they start getting the best of you, you either gonna grab them, you're gonna tackle them, but to stand up and still try to go toe to toe and then come back and still be standing on your 2 feet and fight and defend yourself, that's hard. That's the hardest thing in the world to do. And people forget that when they look at fighters, they don't realize how hard it is to stand up and fight. The first thing somebody gonna do, you start punching the Joker in the face 2-3 times and he can't get a hit in edgewise, he gonna rush you, he gonna grab you, He gonna throw
Yeah,
something at you. He gonna do something.
right.
It's hard to stand up on 2 feet, fight somebody, and defend yourself. So
Well,
like when you see those,
it's never gonna stay on 2 feet. You're eventually someone's
no,
going on the
no,
ground.
somebody's gonna eventually gonna have to go to the ground because they ain't winning.
You
So
either
like
get
when you
knocked out
see,
on the ground or y'all are both going down
or y'all
because you're
going down, yeah,
wrestling. You
or
didn't
the other
grab each
dude going,
other.
yeah. That's the beauty of Bruce Lee. That's the thing people don't understand. When people try to rush him, you going down. They try to get him. Bruce gonna hit you with something that's gonna put you down. You ain't taking him down. He gonna put you down.
Yeah.
That's where the skill comes in.
Well,
That's
and they
what people
call
miss.
see MMA is mixed martial arts. It's the style. It's the fighting with multiple different styles of martial arts. So you one guy just might know Muay Thai, one guy might know karate, one guy might know jujitsu. But if you train in both Muay Thai and jujitsu, you're now an MMA fighter. So Bruce Lee, they say, is the godfather of MMA because he was the first martial artist to say, look, I know you got your style, you do kung fu, you do karate, you do jitsu, and everyone has pride in their style and says, my style's the best, and all the other styles are fake, and we're the best one. Well, none of y'all are right because you can't just be one style. You got to learn all the styles because fights end up in the ground. They start on standing up. You might do kicks. You might do punches. You need to learn American boxing. You can't just do karate shit all the time. American boxing has figured out footwork and head work and movement and blocks and shit. So they've mastered that shit better than Asian martial arts. So we have to incorporate that. Greco Roman wrestling. You have to incorporate that shit. Brazilian jiu-jitsu, which is an adaptation of Japanese jiu-jitsu. And so like you have to like all that shit may come into play. And you know, Bruce was the first guy to do that, and he called that concept Jeet Kune Do, or the way of no way, or the empty fist. Or and so it's basically, and that's like when he's telling you, you know,
Be formless, shapeless, like water.
he's saying be able to adapt to anything, any situation. He
You
says,
put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot.
you know what I mean? But trust me, bro, it's so much more to it than I can go into unless I do a whole show about it, which, like I said, I plan to do. Probably do it this weekend. Bruce never rolled around on the ground with anyone. Well, not true. He actually did in a movie, Enter the Dragon. Right in the beginning, he fights a guy, and they do some grappling and some rolling and jujitsu and stuff like that, some flips and stuff. But nah, I mean to your point, no, he never fucking rolled around like an idiot on the ground. No, but nah, he that was his point, that you have to learn how to fight on the ground because you know. He is 135 pounds. So if he, you know, kicks a guy 6 times and that dude comes or whatever, and they get on the ground, like, you know, everybody has an elbow and everyone's elbow bends this way. Nobody's elbow bends the other way. Same thing with every other joint in the body. So all he has to do is get a hold of one of those joints, apply some reverse pressure, use a fulcrum, put a little fucking pressure, and you're done. And he's so quick and so sinewy. You know what I mean? Like, bro, it's a rap, dog. I don't even understand these dudes even.
And he showed you, like Michael Jai White, his main point is I'm bigger than Bruce. But Bruce Lee showed you in one of his movies how he wore a big dude down. He wore Kareem down. Kareem was bigger than him. Chuck
Yeah.
weighed more than him. But he wore him down. He kept kicking him, punching him, kicking, and you know, they was eating them first couple kicks, but I don't give a damn how big you are. You take about 5 or 6 of them to the face and the neck. I mean, you gonna start your body gonna start responding in a way that you ain't used to. You gonna be like, man, and then you get tired. I mean, people don't take none of that into accountability. They think they're gonna go in there, you know, punch Bruce in the face and Bruce gonna go down. That's gonna look, that's only in movies. You know what I mean? But if you gotta be able to hit him first. You think he gonna stand there and let you hit him? Think he gonna, you know, you see the way he dodged punches and you know, he was so quick. What's the one movie the dude with the Chinese? Remember the dude was like, you like Chinese spare ribs? Bruce was so fast. Bruce hit it when the big white dude came in. That looked like the big white dude came in, and he started, he had to wait, and they was fighting, and then remember Bruce hit him, pow, and the Joker backed up. He was like, oh man, wait a minute. Then he was like, hold up, man, this little Joker. He went on it again. Bruce hit him, pow, pow. He was like, oh. So then he was like, he too fast. I can't hit him. So then he tried to copy his style. Remember, he was doing all this. He started going all like this.
Had to get his
Like, oh,
nunchucks.
all right. Yeah. And then Bruce gave it to him. Bruce was like, all right, I got you. And then Bruce gave it to him. He was bigger than Bruce. He was stronger than Bruce. Big white boy. Bruce beat him down. Bruce wore him down to the point where he just was like, I don't want no more of this. I'm good.
Bust his own shit with the nunchucks. He gave him those.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Remember, he tried to use the nunchuck.
Bust his own shit.
Yeah,
but no, I mean, and that's that. In his movies, he did like give you examples of all this shit. But what's great is we have a lot of archival footage of not him in movies, like him doing actual demonstrations and stuff like that. We got old footage. I got an interview with his mom and his brother that is quite enlightening on all that, on his youth and experience in real fights. So yeah, I mean, it's shit that Michael Jai White and Chuck are just not taking into account, and I think this is more likely, they're banking on the public buying what they have to say, knowing Bruce isn't here to defend it, and just taking them at their word. Because all you have to do is research it, man, and you'd know better. But like I said, man, I don't want to waste too much time on that because like I have a whole show to get into. We'll probably get into that Saturday, but yeah, today we had a few things happen. Well, right now Marvel is doing something. Marvel Legends is reissuing some figures. They just reissued. Yeah, yeah, you can get the remember that Cable with the that I had, the one with the one arm. I think you got him too. He's got the one eye. He's the guy from MVC, that version.
Yeah.
That just dropped again. They re-released that. There's a new Kingpin, the Marvel Spider-Man Kingpin, like the white jacket with the orange vest and the blue, like the classic comic looking Kingpin. I have it already, or I'd be jumping on that too. So those are two great figures that are coming back, that just came back out. They're also re-releasing that Wolverine. You remember the Wolverine with the 85 years Wolverine? It's one of the best Wolverines they ever did, like totally unique body and everything like that. And they're reissuing the Marvel Legends Captain America 20th anniversary, which is the best Marvel Legends Captain America they ever made until they just made that new one. But it's like the MVC one, but with scales. It's crazy.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Yeah,
they put the scales on the uniform.
And then we have let's say Wolfsbane, Kazar. Oh yeah, those are already out. So let me present real quick here. All right, so these cats here. So they just redropped him. Great Kingpin. If you don't have it, if you collect Spidey figures, if you collect Daredevil figures, if you want, the Sinister Six type thing, or Gang War or something like that, you want to put something together. Any Kingpin that you need, this is the best Kingpin in my opinion, because it looks more like the comic book version than any other Kingpin that they've released. They've done the MCU Kingpin, which I couldn't care less for because it doesn't look like Kingpin, it just looks like a guy. They did a Kingpin like this, but in a all black suit, like black and green or black and purple.
Black and purple, I think.
Or black and pink, something like that. And then I think that's it. And there's not many Kingpins. Definitely recently. Definitely it recently. And then we've got this guy here, which great Cable, one of the best Cables for sure.
Yeah, he was hard to get. Scalpers bought him up, threw him on eBay. You can't get him You can't get him
Yeah.
for a regular price.
Same thing, right? So that's the same thing. So yeah, you can get him now for a regular $24 or whatever, $28. So very good. This is one if you didn't have, you don't have, you missed. Like Stu said, if you couldn't get it, a lot of people couldn't. Go grab it right now. It's on Pulse. This is another one. A lot of people consider it the best Wolverine. I think it is the best Wolverine next to the MVC Wolverine, which I think is the best Wolverine. I think people are hating, but it's bigger and doesn't quite align with the other Marvel Legends. Now, this one, I don't know. Let me grab the one that they're saying that it is. It looks different to me.
It is different. You got this Wolverine?
Oh, yeah. You know I do. You know I do. They made a Wolverine. I got it.
Is that the X-Men Legends one?
No.
That's a dope Wolverine.
But yeah, it's the same one. Here, bud. What are you trying to order?
Yeah, that's a dope Wolverine. Now, I like that Wolverine.
What are you trying to get? You need it now? I mean, I can do it after the show. Huh? Yeah, I'll do it after the show.
Now,
What'd
the
it
one
say?
I wanted was the astonishing.
wasn't
The
real.
astonishing. I want the astonishing X-Men joint. That's the one I wanted. That's the one I really wanted. Yeah.
This was actually fake. It was actually not real. The Bruce with the ping pong, where he's hitting the ping pong balls with the nunchucks. It wasn't. It's not real. But it's dope. It's dope as fuck. I thought it was real first. But yeah. What'd you say, Stu? Though I'm sorry.
No, I said I wanted the astonishing X-Men one. That's the one I wanted.
That's this one. Yes, that's this one.
Yes, that's the one. Yes, that's the one I wanted.
It's
That's
the
one I'm
best.
getting.
It's the best one outside of the MVC one. It's the best one that kind of aligns with the size. It's bigger than any other Wolverine too. So there's all the normal Wolverines that they normally do. Then this one is just a little bit bigger, and then the MVC one is way bigger. But this is definitely the best one outside of the MVC. And then this bad boy here, phenomenal cap, bro. It's the OG cap. He's got a great shield. He's got cool blast effects. He's got like bullets that you could put a couple like bullet shots on his shield, like he's blocking bullets and shit. Yeah, you see these three little orange or these three little flashes. Those are like bullet pings. You can put them around on his shield like he's blocking a couple bullet shots. So that's cool. And then it's got a few different hands. He's got the finger point. He's got the chop. He's got the spread hands and the fists. But he's got the classic suit, it's the classic suit with the leather straps around his arm that he would strap his shield to, So it's a great cap. It's the best cap. My only complaint is that it's got pins. As far as I know, I don't own it. It's the one cap that I don't own that I want. So I'm really glad they're redoing it. Yeah. Can't
So
wait.
you think they with the reissue, you think they remade them or they just used the same mold?
I think the reissues are just reissues, I think. And I say I think because I want to point out this because there's nothing this one here. So there's a Cyclops, right? Remember that 90 X-Men 97 Cyclops?
Yeah.
They re-put it out. They reissued it as well. But it has a yellow visor, whereas the one I have when they first put it out, it's like a goldish color. And they reissued it with a yellow visor, and the blast effects have like a jagged end. I think they're a little bit different. I think it's a different blast effect thing. And but I can't find it. Where the fuck is that new Cyclops? Where did I see that? Swear to God. Man. Where did I see that bad boy? They reissued it.
They're gonna
Well,
send
they
another
reissued
one.
it anyway.
Now,
Yeah, yeah, they reissued Cyclops, and I might have to grab them because I
now
like.
that's Cyclops right there. That $99 one at Marvel SH figure. That one's
Yeah,
hard. That was
yeah.
hard. If I didn't have a Cyclops, man, I would get that one. I would never need another one.
I just can't mix a line like that. Like he would just stick out amongst the Marvel Legends lineup. That's
Yeah,
my only problem with it. It's like I would love it if they made the full X-Men team, then I'd get them all.
like
But
that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But like they do one at a time, and it's like it's a really great figure. But I don't know. I just like uniformity. But it is what it is. The Spider-Man, the Gamerverse figure art Spider-Man, I'm not going to be able to pass on, even though basically the same thing applies. It's just too dope.
Oh, the Gamerverse. Yeah, the Gamerverse one is hard. I can't lie.
Yeah, that Spider-Man's insane right there. It's MVC.
Yeah, the way they was posing it, I was like, damn.
Yeah,
Like
look at that.
it just make you like, damn.
You got this thing and this.
Like,
But so the deal with Nimrod now, they just put out Nimrod, okay? And let's check this out. Let me share the screen. You guys can see the screen. All right, look at this. Watch this, y'all. You busted. All right, so Nimrod right there, right? Check him out. Boom. What's that price say?
46, 46.
$46.99.
Mhm.
Now, let's look at my emails. Bing. Hello, thank you for pre-ordering from Big Bad Toy Store. Our vendor has informed us that there has been a cost reduction for the X-Men Legends Nimrod action figure. Therefore, all new existing pre-orders have been reduced from $46.99 to $39.99 because we are happy to pass along the savings to you. Oh, but Pulse didn't fucking do that, did they? Hasbro Pulse is still charging $46.99. But I'm glad that I got mine from Big Bad because Big Bad just saved me like whatever, $10 or whatever. Look at that, $39.99. They did not lie.
I mean, and
There it
Nimrod.
is.
And
I gotta have it. Yeah, I gotta have the Sentinel Nimrod because Nimrod, first of all, referenced by Ghostface, my favorite rapper. Your whole shell, baby's wicked like Nimrod. That's what he's talking about. So Nimrod is a sentinel, but he's like the ultimate sentinel, and he looks how he looks, but he's like the ultimate sentinel and shit. So yeah, he
from the future.
right, and the House of X, Powers of X comic story that Jonathan Hickman created that basically brought me back to comics has features Nimrod, and it made it just like a full circle. Like I had heard about Ghost, I always heard Ghost like reference it, and then like I didn't immediately know, nobody really knew what the fuck Ghost was talking about when he said that. Like thinking like Wicked Nimrod, what is he talking about? Wicked Nimrod.
I knew exactly what he was talking about.
So yeah, well then there you go. So it's Nimrod now from Ghostface from Iron Man all the way to 2018. So there you go. Full circle.
Yeah, Nimrod.
And make sure you get your joint from Big Bad and save you $7, $8, whatever.
That covers the shipping. Keep it moving. They ship at a flat rate of $4. So you're still getting.
Oh yeah. I mean, look, you go to Entertainment Earth, and you get Nimrod. They're charging $39.99 as well. But their shipping, what they say, $12.95. Oh shit. Yeah, they must have tried to it because it was $14.95 before. But yeah, their shipping is ridiculous, bro. Entertainment Earth is ridiculous. They do that, I think, just to make you buy more shit, because if your bill is like 75 or more, then the shipping is like $7 or whatever, $6 or whatever, right? So it's like normal. So it's like you have to get a certain amount of shit to get normal shipping price. But if you just want one thing or whatever, they're gonna rape you with shipping. Like sometimes it's $19.99. That's why I just don't buy anything from them anymore. Like it's like, okay, bro, you're not the only fucking game in town. So why would you do that? We're just gonna go to the next website. It's silly, but I don't know. They get away with it, I suppose.
Like I said, it might work. People might buy a lot of stuff.
Check it out, bro. Spiral. This is a very, 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 very well made, well engineered, very well done Marvel Legend figure. Look at that. Three arms in there, fully functional, all articulations. I mean, that's good engineering right there. Look at that. Pinless joints. Excellent sculpt, and all that's getting chromed out.
My arm, chrome my arm out.
Of course, no, the arm, the helmet, the brace, the shoulder pauldron, and all those rings around her wrists, the swords, obviously. Anything that's silver on her body is going to be chrome. But Spiral's another one that they re-released recently, and she has been done a few times. So be careful. Make sure that if you do grab Spiral, you get this version. Okay, get the newest version with the pinless elbows and knees. There is previous versions, and there's one that looks very close that will fool you if you're just looking at a small picture on eBay or something. So make sure you're looking at the newest one with the pinless joints. And one of the best, it's one of their better figures. It's one of the better Marvel Legends figures, period. Out there.
I don't even have it in this. I think it's a dope figure.
Yeah, it's really worth it. Now Marvel Legends has also got the new Inhumans joints coming out. Now we got some in-hand shots. Love to see the actual joint versus the digital render. So this is what they actually will look like in plastic. Now you'll notice here, you see how his elbows, they got pins in them.
Yeah.
It hurts me. I
don't understand. Maybe it might be just more money for them to produce a thing.
They're just reusing old arms. That's why. That's somebody's arms from some older figure. It's the only thing, because the legs you see are not pinned.
Yeah,
a lot of people, it's a bigger figure. No, it's a bigger figure, sure, but that they're just reusing because there's not so many bigger figures, so they can reuse. But eventually they'll phase out. But it's got the pinless legs. Medusa's obviously pinless, and you'll notice that being pinless is a big deal for me. It's always something I trip on. He's got a giant lollipop for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on there, but she's a great sculpt. Hair looks really good, and it looks like it articulates. So look at that. You'll notice just behind her, in between her arm and torso there. Can you see that, Stu?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
There's a thin line that goes right through there. So this whole thing, it articulates. This whole thing can be poked out to the side, or you can turn it where it'll be facing straight up and down. So like, see your hair goes down and it kind of curves off to the right and then curls down. You can do that, or you can turn this. You can bend it back down where it's just going straight from the top of her head down to her feet. So that's new. Now we've never seen articulated hair on a Medusa yet from Marvel Legends. So we've had Medusas from Marvel Legends. They got a lot of hair, but it's never quite right, and it's always super heavy and shit like this. This way, I don't know. I think this articulating might help with the posing. Like, I know if you bend it and have it straight down, she can actually rest and lean on the hair. You'll notice how the bottom of the hair is flat on the side, like here.
Right there. Yeah.
This is flat because when you turn this and that joint right there, this ends up being across the bottom, and it just stands like right behind her feet like that and stands straight up, so help her stand up and shit. Yeah, there. What the fuck I'm talking about? There's probably a picture of it. There you go. There's the hair bent downward. Wonder if they'll show it from behind. No. And this is Gorgon with his hooves. Hooves. Look at my hooves. That was a Tom Green reference. Yeah, but wow, he's huge. Look how much bigger he is than her. Holy shit. Oh, look at that. So I was wondering how the hair would look. So you don't see the articulation line, like the back of the hair. I thought it would have just like a joint on it, but you don't see it because you look here, it's hidden behind a top layer. So this hair is a top layer here, and then coming from behind that top layer, there's a joint piece that's coming out of here. And so that's what actually turns. And this part actually just stays stationary. That is pretty cool. That's Marvel Legends stepping their game up right there. That's them giving us our money's worth.
Yeah, because I mean the character. I mean that's her superpower. Her hair.
Yeah,
you gotta be able to do something with it. You can't just have the hair flowing and just stand there. That's lame. You could have got away with that in the 80s,
right,
70s, but not now. Not now. Even in the 90s, you could have got away with it a little bit, but
right.
now,
No, not today. Not today. Not today. Right. Now, Toyz makes some really cool. First, let me tell you how. Before we go, Toyz right there. They make these dope ass GI Joes.
Yeah, I'm getting that damn Mega Man. I seen that the other day. I'm getting that.
We're gonna go back to that. But check this out. So these guys here, this is the guy that made the Mega Man. I wanted to just sort of first tell you who Toyz is. Toyz make these really cool 4-inch GI Joe figures. These are basically GI Joe classifieds that are the size of O-rings. And I mean fully, like full detail. All the detail you'd see on a classified pretty much is on there, plus more. They actually do some more painting than classified does. So they give you like actual shading and depth and shadow and weathering and all that kind of like real detail when they paint. Like if you'll notice, you can probably see maybe not, the backpack has a lot of shadowing and shading in it. You can see some like a wash on the pants, and even on the knife sheath there's some like dark, just a little bit of like dark paint in there, so it makes it look like shadowing. And this is the Crimson Viper, and it's fully articulated. I mean,
see if they would, man.
If they had these when we were kids, bro, it would have been, bro. Look at that. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That would have been
I would have lost my mind, man.
Yeah, we would have really lost my mind.
Yeah. I would have been no good. Look at that, man.
They did not look like this when we were kids.
No.
Even the 25th anniversaries didn't look nearly this good.
No.
These are proportioned just right. I think the O-rings, the heads were too big. 25th anniversaries, they were maybe a little too small. The bodies were a little too long and lanky because they were trying to like go the opposite direction of the O-ring, but I think they overcorrected a little bit. This definitely dials it right back in. I think these guys, they're unique too. They're not exactly like classified, sure, not really at all, but they do have similarities, some more than others. this guy's pretty cool. But so Toyz, and there's a bunch of them. I know there's a Firefly one that's insane, but they have a bunch of fucking characters. They have a bunch of these figures. So look up Toyz, HIYA, and they are amazing. They're very, very dope.
Get a couple of those, put them on a computer stand. Bro, they dope.
And then this bad boy here, hang on. That's a must-have from Toyz. This bad boy here. Now, the only drawback for me is the price. I buy too many like Marvel Legends at these prices. So for me to splurge out and get a Figuarts or a Toyz or a Mafex or something like that, it's hard. It's a lot because I buy so many of the, $25, $30 figures that for me to splurge up to $100 is, I think of that as this is 5 figures I could get. You know what I mean? So it's hard for me to make that. It's hard for me to fucking buy one Cyclops for $100 when I know that I could buy 4 fucking Marvel Legends for that. Like that, it's, you know what I mean? So, but yes, if you can splurge, this bad boy is worth it. Damn. Mega Man is one of my favorite characters in video games back in the day, and this is really cool. It's Mega Man X. Look at that. Blast effects are crazy. Is that a real LED light in the fucking thing?
Yeah, look like it.
Looks like it. Wow. It looks like it. It might be. It's a $54 figure, so it very well might have a little LED, but who knows?
Yeah, it's gotta be because
it might look that lights
you
up.
probably take the wrist, probably take the whole wrist off. And LEDs in there, and just turn it on.
Every picture of it has had that lit up. Let's see. Yeah, it does light up, bro. I'm telling you, it does. It has to.
Yeah, that lights up. Yeah, that does light up.
Got a little battery in it, man. That's dope.
And it comes with the stand and everything. Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope. Bro. I like that, man.
Yeah. Oh, you can pre-order it right now. You can pre-order it right now.
How much is he? Oh, he only 54.
Yep.
Listen, we're gonna get Mega Man.
Trying to see. I wanted them to tell me that the thing lights up. If it doesn't say it, it doesn't light up. Because if it lights up, it's going to tell you. Let's see. In addition to the smiling, 3 interchangeable faceplates include 6 interchangeable hands and 1 interchangeable X buster, while the magnetic soles let you anchor the figure to a metal surface for rich customization and dynamic play options. So his feet are like magnetic, so you can stick them on shit. That's dope. A separate Haya logo badge features a built-in magnetic control switch that interacts with the X buster. Bringing the badge close to the cannon activates 3 lighting modes: flash, breathing, and steady, faithfully recreating the charge effect of the X's iconic energy shot. That motherfucker lights up and does different shit. This is a dope figure.
It lights up 3 different ways.
This is a peak ass fucking figure, bro. Holy schmoligans. Yeah, that's a grab right there. That's a grab right there. All right, man. Moving on to the next. My favorite Batman villain, just because he's I gotta get at the Joker, but he'd be close second because he's gangster. And this is from Batman the Animated Series, obviously. And this is Mondo. So this figure's about this tall. That's why he looks like that. So he's got 3 different heads. He's got a scary head with like oh shit, he's got 4 different heads. Yeah, he's got 4 heads. So all the way starting on the left, he's got an angry head where both halves are angry. Then he's got a kind of just stoic looking straightforward human head with a mask on the looks like a clan hood on the other side, just like a white hood.
Nah, he covers it up sometimes.
Like yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. That's his I'm covering it up for, the public's.
But that's when he's.
It's like when he
That's
goes
when
out
he.
to restaurants and
Nah,
shit.
that's when he. Nah, that's when he's normal. Like when he's, because
He's
he's
trying to like
scarred,
go to court.
right? So when they get the alternate personality to be submissive, and then the Harvey Dent personality is the one that's in charge, he'll cover his face like that.
Right. And he comes with a coin, and he comes with a lighter with fire on it, and a little walkie-talkie, a couple pistols, and it's all very poorly detailed because it's supposed to look just like the cartoon, which it very much does. You got the Tommy gun, you got the dynamite, and he's got these cool flipping the coin hands. So he's got a Harvey Dent thumb and a Two-Face blue thumb, both with coin flip action. So there's like a little bunch of little white coins looking like the trail, and then at the top of the coin is like painted silver or gray, and that's a cool little effect, like he's flipping the coin.
That is.
Mondo does good shit, and then of course the straight jacket, obviously, and there's some close up on the coin, so it has like a little scarring on it, like he does in the cartoon. That's how tall he is. He's 12 inches tall. That's the cool thing about Mondo figures, is that they're big, but it's also the drawback, because where the fuck are you going to put them all? And especially if you already collect some of this stuff, like, you know, they have a great X-Men 97 collection. Their He-Man Master of the Universe is insane. It's insane. It's far better than their, you know, cartoon stuff, because it has like details like real fur and like leather and like all kinds of great shit. Like the He-Man look just bananas.
Like a Two-Face. Dope.
Yeah, he's got the cell shading on the suit. Not there, Batman. Got mad detail.
Look at that.
You can actually hold the Tommy gun. That's surprising. Posability is not going to be super great with Mondo's, but there he is flipping the coin. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, I like that. That coin flip is really cool. Yeah, there he is in a straight jacket and going to Arkham. And you can see the Mondo Batman behind him is a animated series. Batman is crazy. And there he is with his face covered up. You want a piece of this? Yeah, smacking them out. There's Joker. Look at that fucking Joker. That is sick. This would be, look at this trio right here. This will run you $700. These are $250 each.
Nah.
100%. Swear to God. Yeah, that's the drawback. See, and yeah, they're $250 each. Mondo figures do cost, and
look at what they're giving you. You can't really...
it's a big joint. Now, I mean, with the He-Man figures, you can really see where the money went. With these, I'm a little bit $250 for that. I don't know. And maybe they're not $250 for these. I know the He-Man ones were $250, and they have their detail on those is just next level. But these are about, they got to be at least $200, because Mondos are definitely always like $200. But before I die on that hill, all right, there you go, $235. There you go, $235. Yeah, and this is Mondo's little site. See, they have it. Oh, they're dope. Look, I mean, this storm is nuts. Look at that.
Yo, look at that.
Look at all these different heads and
lightning.
Yeah, man. She has
What
like
is
what 6 different heads. She's got a little plant down here where she's got her fingers over a little mini cloud and it's raining on the plant. It's crazy. Obviously, the cape is wired with cloth.
That's dope. That's dope. I can't rag on that.
Nah, you can't bust on Mondo, man.
They got the Phantasm. Damn.
Bro,
Yo.
they got
Uh,
everybody. Scarecrow, look at
Scarecrow.
Thundercats.
I know.
Yeah, there's
Poison
Bane.
Ivy. Bane.
Now here is look at that,
Man,
look at that, look at that, look at that.
I want a Sabretooth too, man. I like Sabretooth like people like Wolverine. Now if they
Right.
came out with both, like if they had multiple Sabretooths, I would have a Sabretooth shelf. Like you got a Wolverine shelf.
Look at this, dog. Look at this. Look at this.
Skeleton. That's just, oh, that shit like a paint.
Yeah, it has fur around the loincloth and shit. Beastman is the best one. I
He
want
should have fur because the original '80s one had fur.
mm,
And Mossman and Beastman, they had like a furry texture to them.
yeah. No, I mean look at Skeletor's pants. They're furry.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking and then you can switch to this head that looks more like the the OG toy. And then you got this head, you know what I'm saying? You got like a more realistic head, and then you got the classic toy head. But yeah, their He-Man shit's nuts. Nuts. Oh, here's He-Man. There's Magneto. Magneto's crazy. Hold
Oh, that's dope, bro.
on. And there's Hordak. Fucking Man-at-Arms in the background.
I didn't like when they brought in Hordak, man, because
That was from the She-Ra.
She-Ra,
cartoon.
he was supposed to be a bigger bad than Skeletor, which
Right.
shouldn't have made no sense. He should have been like equal to him, a little less than him, but not.
Because they trying to make people like She-Ra. They trying to make us respect She-Ra.
Damn, look, Battle Cat 500.
Battle Cat 500.
But look at
Look at him, dog.
look at the articulate, and you can turn into Quinja. Yo,
You get a little cringer, dog.
and you get a little Quinja. Yo, Battle Cat is worth 500. I mean, I would have to really be in. Oh, I really had to be in the He-Man to get him, but
Yeah. Wait till you see Panther.
I would say, look at that Mumra.
Oh,
Now that I'm gonna keep the book.
Mumra. Yeah, this is a must have.
Spirits of evil. Unsophisticated Mumra. Do you have a living source of evil? Does he come with both his swords? He should be able to, like, he has two of them. We can put them together. He come with the joints.
He got fur. He got cloth.
Marmot. Yeah. Marmot.
Let me see.
Look at that, Joe. Damn, look how big. Yep, there it is right there.
Yeah.
Damn, look how big he is, man.
Well, we got the flaming version right here on top.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, and then you got the regular. Then you got like all these different versions of his head, different transformations. There's his mask where he be wearing.
But they don't have. They just got him. See, they had him in mummy form.
Like, oh yeah, I think they do. I think so. Yeah. There's Evil In.
Evil In is dope.
There's fucking Buzz Off. Buzz Off, crazy, bro. Damn.
Yeah. Oh, hard. Look at that.
Damn. That's raw. Oh man.
Marco. They put a lot. Look at Panther. The Panthers look raw. Damn. Yeah, they put a lot of. They put. I gotta take my hat. These are worth every bit of the money they're asking for. They
Yeah,
got
bro.
Phantasm. They got the
There he is.
Phantasm.
Yeah. This is the one I want out of all of them. Beast Man.
Yeesh, man.
That
Man.
fucker. He got the most fur. I want him and him and Merman were like probably my favorites, the villains.
That Gambit. That Gambit.
Man. Yeah, there goes Daredevil. They got fucking what's the name? That Gambit's crazy.
That Gambit is crazy.
Yeah, the Gambit's nuts. But you know, it's animated series version. Look at that. But like, you know, to have the whole team, that's your whole shelf right there. And like, you know, I don't know. I like to collect whole lines. Like, I don't want to just have one of this line and one of that line and one of that.
Magneto. Damn.
That's crazy.
Joker.
The Joker.
The Joker like that. Mhm.
Okay. And then
Clayface.
fucking Clayface. He'll be coming soon to a big screen using nanobites instead of chemicals.
Damn, man.
He'll be made of
Clayface
nanobites.
sold out.
Yeah.
Joker sold out. Then they all sold
A lot
out.
of them are sold out.
Man,
Like they're
man,
all
man.
sold the fuck out, bro.
I see why. Bro. I can't.
They all
man,
sell out.
I can't. Yeah, but I can't even sit there in front and
You
say
can't
that.
come on here and buy none of these, bro. They're all sold out.
Yeah, I can't front on. They should be. They did a good job, man. Like,
Yeah, Mondo is nuts. Another one that does a good job is 112 Collective. This is a Hulk they got. I'm not a fan at all. I think it looks terrible, but some people may like it. I'm not really a fan of Mezco at all. The 112 stuff is okay. I'm not a fan of like the fact that they have like doll clothes. I feel like it's like doll clothes. Like my toys growing up when I was a kid, they didn't have clothes. Like my toys, the clothes were plastic. They were molded on, right? Like G.I. Joe or Thundercats or whatever. The only toys when I was a kid that had clothes were my sister's Barbie dolls. So I don't know if that's necessarily why I don't like them. It's not like that. It's not like a stigma. It's like when I see Wolverine in his full jumpsuit or Cable or whatever, and it's like a unitard. It doesn't fit right. Like it doesn't look cool. Like it just looks like an empty doll clothes. Like it's like soft inside. Like you don't see their muscles and shit. Like it's not like how it would be if it was like all molded or like a comic book character. It just looks more authentic, like a real person. So if you're going for that and that's what you want, fuck with Mezco. If you don't like that, that's why I don't like it. Just for me, but 6 pieces of concrete that slide in and out, so you can have the concrete kind of together, and then I guess you can jump on it and you can slide them out a little bit if you're really into playing with your toys. That face sculpt looked pretty good.
that face sculpt is dope.
That looks really good, but when you look at it with the body or something, it just doesn't. I don't know.
Nah,
Maybe the body's too small or something. Like, look at that. It just doesn't.
You know what? I think it's the placement of the head. Like the neck look like it's almost on the chest. You see what I mean? So like, yeah. See, so when you try to stand him up straight and pose him, it just looks. I don't know. It looks weird. It look like his face is in his chest.
Yeah.
And he has like he has no neck.
But his chest muscles are way too small. Like he
Small.
should be
Yeah.
fucking, and his shoulders should come out. Like
They
he
should have
just
used. They should have used Lou Ferrigno as the sculpt for that. But you're right though. It's just. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, it's just weird looking. It's a big letdown for me. If I collected Mezco, Marvel, and this came out, I'd be hella disappointed because I would be hella wanting them to do a Hulk. I'm sure people that collect Mezco have really been wanting a Hulk figure because I haven't seen like a Mezco Hulk. So this is what y'all got. Yeah, this is what y'all got. I'd be pissed.
Pissed ain't the word, man.
Pre-orders dropped today though.
I mean, yeah, they got to get them out. It's the holiday, so you got to get them
Right.
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't. Yeah, you can't play around. Yeah, Captain America. Oof. Look at
Yeah, what
that.
is, I don't know who this cap is. Toy Telica yeah, he's not. I guess he's not gonna tell us. I think it's. I don't know. Doesn't say. But what about this guy? I need to see this battle damaged Spidey and Lizard. It's pretty good. That lizard's nuts.
Yeah, listen, it's hard.
But these are just photography. This is toy photography. So this is a photographer doing some shit. There. Yeah. See what I mean? See what I mean? With the clothes,
Yeah.
like that's
Nah.
not.
Yeah.
That doesn't
That
look
reminds.
cool.
Listen. That reminds me of the ones they came out with. See, this is all right. I get it now. Back in the 70s, everybody in the chat, and Reno probably remember. Reno probably seen them, but don't really remember them because he's a little too young. Back in the 70s, they made them 12 inches tall like this, and they all had clothes. They did Star Trek, they
Oh
did
yeah, they
Marvel, they
were.
did DC, they did all
Yeah,
that, and they all wore clothes. They all had like real cloth clothing,
yeah.
and
They had a name.
they had the articulation was limited. The knees bent, the
Right.
elbows bent. They didn't have a swivel arm, and some of them, not all of them, some of them had the bending torso. Not all of them, and they fizzled out in the late 70s.
Well, GI Joe too. We had the 12-inch GI Joe with the toys, with the
They
clothes.
were the first one. They were the first one.
Yeah,
GI
yeah,
Joe was the first ones, and then they were popular. Boys played with them.
yeah.
You can punch up the commercials on YouTube, and then they came out with
Now, my dad
different
talked
sets.
about him. My dad didn't
Yeah,
really play with him. My dad said he liked the little army men.
that's what we and see. That's what I liked when I was a
He
kid.
was a kid. He liked the little
I
army.
liked the little army man, yeah,
Yeah,
and that's all we had. But
yeah.
when GI Joe came out, it blew our minds because you had a 3.575 inch, and they were dope. And we were like, damn, what are these? Because nobody made them that small. Everybody made them that big that you see right there with the clothes. And that
Right.
Spider Man, that's what it looks like. It looks like from back in the day. I like
My
it.
bad. Who knows what you can do with the posing?
Clothes.
But he's talking about
That's
something that I
true.
showed before.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
But
talking about now. You're
no,
talking about
no.
now.
But
Yeah.
this is like you can see here, like you can see the clothes, like and you can tell this is one toy. You can tell this is definitely the same guys that made that Hulk, like that Doc Ock,
But here's the thing, Reno.
big ass head. I'm
These
not a fan.
these are made better than the ones from
These
back in
are
the day.
like, yeah, these
Now the
would be
ones from
like
back in the day, you go
a
somewhere, they worth
nostalgia
money.
bomb for those.
Yeah. Yeah, those are worth money. If you can
Yeah,
find them in pristine condition, they're worth money because they don't make them. But these, now I will be honest, had they made these like the ones they did, like in the 70s, had they made them like this,
yeah.
oh, it would have been over. I think every toy would have been
Oh,
like
it would have
that.
been great. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
with
but
the level of detail, the articulation, like. But they were dope back then. I mean, I had maybe one or two, but like I said, by then I was too young, and they were phasing them out, and so I never really got to. I think I had like Star Trek. I had a couple Star Trek joints, and that
yeah,
was it. I mean, but they made everything. Battlestar Galactica, Six
yeah.
Million Dollar Man is a perfect example.
That's
They made
one
them that
too.
big,
Yeah.
yeah.
The
And that was
name
a
of them,
very popular toy line.
there's a name of the company that made those, and they I can't think of the name, but like they had them on that show, The Stash, or what was the show, Comic Book Men, with Kevin Smith.
Okay.
You ever watched that? They was up there. They talk about them a lot. They like them shits a lot, because that's their generation. But
Yeah.
this Spider-Man right here, this is from the Magic the Gathering recent one that just came out. It was Spider-Man with the Magic the Gathering card that came with it, which it was like $40, so I passed on it, but I really need the Spider-Man because it's the only battle damaged Marvel Legends Spider-Man recently. And what I'm gonna do is what you can do is you can go on eBay and there's people that bought the pack with the card and they thought they were gonna be slick and separate them and sell the card and the figure separately and make some extra money. So but you can
Vultures.
you can
Vultures.
Yeah, but
Don't
it's good
fuck
for
with
me. It's good for me because I don't want the
you. You
fig.
just
I don't
want
want
you don't want
the
the
card.
card. You just want
Yeah,
you
I just
just
want
want.
the figure.
So how much is the Spider-Man going for?
I saw the figure up there. I saw one up there for like $26.
That's not
That's
bad.
like retail, like
They,
$30.
they, they can get my $26 on that one. How much are they
Yeah,
selling the card for?
I didn't see they had it separate.
They probably card. I mean, cards are big now, so they probably sold the card for a pretty penny. Because
The
people,
cards are
people,
probably worth more than $10 now. Yeah.
yeah, the cards right now are going for a pretty penny. For some reason, the Gen Zers and millennials, they're into the cards
Oh
heavy,
yeah,
hard.
because of Pokemon.
Yeah, I was going to say Pokemon. They're into the cards real heavy.
Yeah, because Pokemon. Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then we got the Super 7 Batman Super Cyborg Batmobile 1989.
What?
Clear. What? Why is Super 7 giving us a clear Batmobile, guys? Called Super Cyborg.
Yeah, they got that.
There's
Looks like a
someone
spray
that
painted
knows.
black. Looks like a spray
Yeah,
painted black. That's the only I don't
yeah,
know.
right. It's something about this logo. This cyborg is Super Cyborg. It's like a logo. I don't know if you can see it. It's really small, but it's like right here, and it makes me think that this is something. Somebody knows about this. Someone knows what this is and why they are doing it like this. It has something to do with
Oh,
this
shit.
cyborg, Super 7 cyborg thing. Let's see. Batman Super 7 cyborg. No. No one's going to say anything about that. Well, if anyone in the chat happens to know.
Says here the product is the Super 7 Super Cyborg 1989. Clear Batmobile X-ray action figure. This collectible toy is inspired by the Batmobile from the 1989 Batman film.
Jeez,
It's
they want
clear plastic.
150 bones.
Oh, so the panels can be removed to reveal the inner workings of the vehicle. Maybe that's the
See?
the catch. It's
Mhm.
13 inches long, and it features a spinning turbine. There it is, with rolling wheels as well. Yeah, that's what it is. So you can see the inner workings of the Batmobile
Mhm.
while
Yeah,
it's rolling. Yeah, and
yeah,
it's
look at
13
that.
inches. Wow. Yeah,
So that's the point. That's what the cyborg line is. They make shit clear, I guess.
yeah. So you can see how it works on the inside while it's moving or whatever.
Yeah, X-ray Super 7 cyborg.
Yeah, because I'm looking at a picture of it now with the panels removed,
X-ray Super 7
and it
cyborg.
I'm not gonna lie, it look kind of dope like that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Can you see the screen? Look,
Yeah.
look. I
Yeah, I can
got the
see you.
oh, there's a there was a good shot. There's a good close up. There it is. Inside the engine and inside the cockpit. Which I mean, that's pretty accurate though. It's like what it
Yeah,
looked
that's what
like.
I was just looking at. Yeah, that's what I was just looking at. I guess it's about the detail. It's more about the detail than anything else.
Yeah, and showing the inner workings, which
Yeah. Some
it's
people
like,
into that.
yeah, I suppose. I mean, it's made up. It's made up. So I mean, obviously, it's not a real machine, so it's made up. But it's cool because like someone thought about what would be all the parts inside of there, and they made this thing. So that's pretty cool. That's what that is. I wonder if there's any other. I don't think there is any other cyborg stuff. Super 7 cyborg anything. Here we go. Super 7 cyborg. There's 18. Let's see. No, they're all not related. Super cyborg creature, super cyborg Batmobile.
They got them Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Check this out, bro.
No, but that's in black with the removable
Here it
panels.
is in all black. It's the same company. It's just cheaper because it's all black. Oh, the price is marked down. It was 124, so still about $20 cheaper. But yeah, that's the same company. That's funny. If only it was scale. If only that was fucking 7-inch scale, bro. I'd cop that. Check it out, bro.
Creature from the Black Lagoon. Damn. Yo, that is
How his
crazy.
guts look. How his hand look.
That's crazy.
This reminds me of something that they had back in like the 90s, like toys. They used to have weird monster toys or like gross out toys. Yeah, remember they had these. They would have gross out toys like with slime and like guts and
Yeah.
shit. Like there was a toy. I remember it was the 80s or early 90s. They had shit that you could take it apart and like dissect the creature and like pull his guts out and like it was all. It was like something about dissecting them or something. Some type of science lab. Somebody knows what I'm talking about too. They were pretty popular like for a minute. Yeah.
They had the ones where you could like they were made out of like I don't know, like you would squeeze them,
Yeah, and there
like
was
their eyes
something.
would pop out and tongue like
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, all that. Yeah, and they had ones where it was literally like full of slime or like goop, and yeah, they used to have some weird shit trying to do shit. Voltron like a motherfucker.
They got a cyborg Voltron. What?
That's gas. Look at that.
That's hard.
Check out the inner workings of Voltron.
Yeah, that's hard.
Defender of the universe. Oh, they got a sound wave.
Damn. If they were gonna do one, you might as well do a Megatron from Transformers the movie
Right.
when they did when Unicron changed him into Galvatron. That'd be dope.
Yeah. They got a bat. What's this all about? Wow, look at that. That's not bad. Look at that shiny, clear bubble.
Yeah, that's hard, bro.
There's a
Yeah,
fully
that's hard.
clear Voltron.
That fully clear Voltron is that's dope.
Weird though. I mean, like I can't see. I honestly though, my thing, I can't see having enough money or enough space in my house to get this because that means I've already got the regular Voltron mini, right? Like you know what I mean? Like by the time I'm buying this, I must be really bored with buying Voltron shit. Like I'm really looking for something different at this point.
Some people just like the inner workings and stuff, man. They just like to, see how it works.
This is true. This is true. It maybe it's just totally that, it's like, yeah. Very true. Very true. That's the whole draw of it, really. It's the inner workings. It's not even the clear thing is more a side note. This is what the toy is about what's inside Bumblebee.
It's inside Bumblebee, yeah.
Clear shit is just to let you know it was Bumblebee. Wow.
Yeah. Now, does the stuff move? Like, does it like work?
No, it's very, very, very low detail. Like, it's not very like intricate or anything like that. It's very much of a novelty. That's why I'm a little bit shocked at the price because there's no like if this was like crazy, but like look at that. There's just like real like a cartoon, what a cartoon would show.
Yeah.
The inner workings, like there's no crazy detail. A couple of dots and lines and a couple, nothing. So it is what it is, but I think it's definitely more of like the symbology of it, the novelty of it.
Oh, okay. Anything else makes sense?
Gotta be.
They got an Iron Giant stuff.
Oh yeah, Iron Giant, all kinds of shit. There's these new Japanese mini VHS home videos replicas, and they're sweeping the nation of Japan.
So when I was in Japan, that's all you saw was those
Vending
capsules.
machine.
They are everywhere. That's a culture over there, and it ain't going nowhere.
Right.
You could go over there just to do capsules, like to get as many of them as you can.
Right.
And they make everything. I got that PlayStation controller when I was over there, and I got a bunch of Star Wars joints. Like I bought a few back. but like they do like that. It's just detailed, just like that. A lot of it's
Little
detailed.
mini tape in there. Look at that little mini cassette. See, the thing is, though, is like the only way I would be interested in this is if that tape cover had like the Goonies on it or something. You know, some cassette that I had as a kid.
That you have again. They probably do.
You know,
Well, you know, I'm gonna tell you something. As many as they have, like
they
now we
have
have arcades. We have arcades over here. They have whole
stores
stores
just full of
with
these.
floors, like 3, 4 floors, all capsules
Yeah,
in there,
yeah. You
all
just go in
capsules
and walk
look
around and look
just
at
like
all the
that.
plastic things. It's crazy.
And people, and you go in, and it's crowded. People in there buying them, like collecting them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Imagine. You know, also their living spaces are much, much, much smaller than ours. Their houses and their apartments and stuff in Japan are much smaller. Like their square footage is much smaller per person. They they believe in like you don't need that much shit. Like you don't need all this space. You're just a person. Like, you know, they don't take up hella extra space. So I wonder if that is like why it's very popular to collect tiny things. Like you don't have room for big shit.
Oh,
Like they're not gonna have
Japanese,
a,
they like
a
small
Mondo.
things.
Yeah,
They're
they're not
small
gonna have
things.
a shelf of
And they
Mondo.
like
They're
small.
not gonna-
No, they're small people. They like
Mondo's an
small.
American. I
I mean,
mean,
I chop it up.
what am I gonna say?
It's
I was
just
gonna
something.
say
I chop it up.
architecture.
It's
Oh,
just something in their cart and their culture. That's how I chop it up. It's just something in their culture that they do. Like here,
yeah.
we collect. I don't know. We like 6-inch figures. So I mean, I just
People
think
like
it's
all
just something.
we got 12 inch, we got
Yeah,
three quarters.
we like different sizes. So I think it's the same thing for them. They just like it because it's just a culture. The capsule culture is a culture. That's something they do over there.
Yeah.
Um, it's something they like. They have like here's one thing they have. They have a whole section in Tokyo. It's called Akibara,
Mm-hmm.
and in Akibara, it's all about culture. It's all about pop culture. So all they do is anime, um, comic books, anime, cartoons. That's it. That's all they sell there. Like if you
Mm-hmm.
go to Akibara, that's what you're going there to get. Video games. It's all culture, and it's huge. Like on Sundays, they close the streets off for like 4 hours. So if you go early enough, you can. There's no cars, there's no nothing, and you just see people just zooming, like and it's busy, and people dress up in cosplay and go to Akibara
Wow.
and they buy stuff. They go there, they dress up. The women dress up like I don't know. It's something with like they dress up like maids. It's like a maid culture thing that they do. I don't understand. I never understood it.
Like
Um,
French maid? Like French maid?
like Japanese French maid. Like it's like
What?
it's their version. Um, and they you go there and they just it's literally so like if you want retro video games, they got arcades there. Um, they sell toys. They sell anything you can think of that's electronic, anime, comic book. Uh, I don't whatever you could think of, it's there. And then they
Yeah.
have another section that's inside that section that they sell all like electronics, cameras, cell phones, computers, vintage computers, new
Yeah.
stuff, old stuff. That's just what they sell. That and you can go there and get it, and it's just in one section. And they got it. Me personally, I think it's ingenious
Yeah.
because if you say if me and you were there, we were you're like, yo, let's go get a Sega Genesis. Like we literally could go down to Akibara and there's many stores and we'll find one. Like we'll
Get
find
everything.
one.
Yeah. Old school
Every
shit.
old
Yeah.
school shit. Like if you
Electrical
want to
shit. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
so like here how we get rid of old tech, we throw it away with. They save it and they'll buy it
Yeah.
from you
Oh
and they
yeah.
clean it up and they make it work. And you can go there and buy. Let's just say you want a Kodak. Let's say you want a Kodak 110 camera. And you're like, yo, I just want a 110. Oh, I always wanted. I had one. You can actually go there and find one
Yeah.
in working condition. They have camera. They have stores full of cameras, just nothing but cameras. And I'm talking about like I'm not. It's like they got like the regular picture camera. They got the camcorders.
Yeah.
Literally nothing but cameras. Any iPhone you ever want. Let's just say you like the iPhone 5. You like, I'm gonna give me an iPhone 5. They got stores full of iPhone 5s.
Yeah, they got store. They got vending machines with panties in them, man. They got crabs. They got vending machine with blue crabs in them. They got all kinds of shit, man. But before you go, bro, I wanted to show you this because it reminded me of a story that you told me. This is from actionfigureinsider.com. Looking back at G.I. Joe Real American Hero Wave 1, the OG 13 right there.
Look at him.
I mean, and it says, we have all have vivid childhood memories. One stands out for me. I was out shopping with my mom and we stopped at a store called Bradley's on Route 23 in Wayne, New Jersey. Bradley's was a discount department store in North Jersey where I grew up. Bradley's and James Way were the predecessors to Target and Walmart. Both are now predictably out of business. Anyway, as a kid, there was only one place in these stores that was worth a damn, and that was the toy aisles. You walk in, you hightail it back, taking whatever shortcut you needed to.
He's right. Yeah, he's right.
Right.
You run
And
to the
spend the
toy.
duration of your parents' shopping trip checking out the glorious toys. And I know we can all relate because that's definitely how I did it. You know what I mean? Like I had a beeline. I knew just how to get to the toy section, and I had my little shortcuts, and I would go straight there and grab my Joes. But this is Bradley's, I guess, right there. There's an old Bradley's right there. But he said, well, on one auspicious day, 1982, my 9-year-old self turned a corner into Bradley's toy section, action figure aisle, and froze like a deer in the headlights. Hanging on the pegs was the brand new first series of a line of action figures that would run uninterrupted for the next 12 years. G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero. Now, I wasn't the kid who got a toy every time we went shopping. I got toys pretty much on 2 dates, March 3rd and December 25th. Presumably his birthday and Christmas. But somehow my mom must have seen my enraptured face and taken pity. For that day, I went home with rock and roll. Funny how we went on about making those choices. I guess I liked how the ammo wrapped around his chest or something. Please, if you recall your very first Real American Hero G.I. Joe, let us know who it was in the comments. Who was your first Joe? You said Stalker and
Stalker and Cobra Trooper, because I had to have a bad guy and a good guy.
All right.
So that's just.
Yep. I wonder who my first Joe was. I don't think I even know. No, I sure don't. No idea. I was probably 4 years old, you know. Because I remember I was 5 years old or kindergarten, probably, when my family chipped in and got the flag because they saw this big ass toy and they thought it was funny that this toy was bigger than me and all this shit, and they got it. And I didn't know what the fuck to do with it. You know, I was 5 years old, but over the years, like, that was 1984. That was Wave 3. So that's when I came into G.I. Joe, Wave 3. I'll show you what Wave 3 is exactly, but that was 1984, and I fucked with G.I. Joe heavily and exclusively until 1989, until the end of 1989. But just like Stu, this dude here, he found them joints the first series, then they came out, Wave 1, Series 1, on the shelf for the first time in New Jersey on the rack, and got to see them like introduced. That's you didn't see these on TV first. You didn't see commercials.
No, nothing. They were
no marketing. They were just on the fucking rack. And that's how they did back then, bro.
Yeah.
They weren't going to put hella money behind something they didn't know or trust. They were just going to put it out there, see how it went, put the cartoon out, let that be the advertisement, and go from there.
Yeah.
Which the cartoon came just a little bit after the first Joes. Marvel was doing the comic and the cartoon and all that, but that was the toys came out first. They first came out. So he said, you got the joint, and then boom. So check it out. Look at that. And you know what's funny, bro?
What?
There's only like 4 different heads. Check it out. Rock and Roll, Breaker, and Clutch have the same head. Grunt, Zap, Grand Slam all have the same head. And then Short Fuse, Steeler, and Hawk and Flash have the same head. The only people that have unique heads are Stalker, Scarlet, and Snake Eyes. Oh, there's Snake Eyes. Well, look here. He shows it right here. Here. Well, he said. The first wave of Joes are cool for the fact that they're just army men and lady soldiers. Olive green fatigues, specialties like infantry trooper, ranger, and bazooka soldier. And it wouldn't be long before the Joe team needed to recruit some pretty unique skill sets. I'm a collector of vintage 3/4 inch scale. Most vintage lines had firmly limited runs, maybe a dozen figures at most. G.I. Joe, endless. But these figures were such a huge part of my childhood that I couldn't leave them out of my collection. Since Wave 1 is so burned into my nostalgic brain, I decided to piece together all the figures from that series. Some, like my original rock and roll, I still had. Well, recently I completed my little collection. Now, granted, most are swivel arm, which means they're not technically the Series 1. So please overlook that bit of inconsistency as you read on. I'm sure as much has been written photographically cataloged about how this iconic wave of figures, and I'd like to do this blog to introduce the good guy characters and exhibit what pieces each figure shared. Let's start with the cast. He says nowadays it's pretty common to get 16. It's pretty uncommon to get 16 figures in a debut wave. I know a lot of a lot of lines that start with one figure. Like for instance, the Cops and Crooks line that's coming out is starting with one figure. Classified started with 4 figures. So G.I. Joe started with 16 figures. The original 13 plus a Trooper Cobra, a Officer Cobra, and Cobra Commander. So that's a huge first wave. And then he said, not part of this blog is the Cobra Officer, Trooper, and Commander. But in 1982, if you collected all the single-carded figures and vehicles with a pack-in figure and mailed away for Cobra Commander, that's what you got. No doubt. So to get Cobra Commander, you had to buy everything. You had to buy all the figures and all the vehicles and send in the carded thing, and then you could mail away and get Cobra Commander, which that's pretty crazy considering there was so many figures and vehicles to have to buy.
There was another mail away figure hang on too in that week.
And so look, you see the arms?
Yeah.
You can see the swivel arm on these 3, our swivel arm, and this one right here isn't. You can see the fucking swivel on it. But Cobra Commander,
when they first came out,
they put out
a Cobra Commander. Yeah, they put out a Cobra Commander.
Second way. When they did the swivel arm, that's when they put out a Cobra Commander in the package. But when they did the first wave that didn't have the swivel, you had to mail away for Cobra Commander with the damn proofs of purchase.
There was somebody else you had to mail away for it too in that first wave. I'm trying to remember. I think it was Hawk or Duke. One of them two.
Duke came a little later. Duke wasn't part of the first 16.
Nah, Duke wasn't part of it.
You did have to mail away for Duke, yeah.
Yeah, you had to mail. I know you had to mail away for Duke.
Yeah, when he came out, yeah.
But I'm trying to remember. There was one more person you had to mail away for. I can't remember who it was. Because when we got those, they didn't release those all at once like that. Like they put them out. Like I think we got like 6, and they gave us like 6 more or something. But I guess they already had a mass produce or like knew they were gonna put them out. But it didn't take long either. Like let's just say they came out in June. Like they dropped them on us in June, and then July 1st they dropped the rest of them, and we were like blown away by that. We were like, yo. And Snake Eyes actually was the one everybody wanted. Everybody wanted Snake Eyes. When we seen Snake Eyes, it's like, yo,
he was hard to get.
Yeah, right. And then when you looked on the back of the package, you would see all of them. They had all the figures on the back. They had them all on there. We were like, yeah, yo, like look at these. It was just like the card backs now, but instead of having 3, they had like the first half of the wave, and then when you got the other ones when they came out, you had the second half of the wave, which was cool.
They all had They all had the same little pelvis area. They all had the same like pelvis thing. It was all the same. That was all the same. They redid the they just repainted them and shit. But they had these four guys had the same head. They painted this one yellow. They painted these ones brown. Then these three just they did black, yellow, and brown. But that's how they reused. Like then these three guys, they had the same face with the same raised eyebrow. I didn't realize that. Like that's crazy. These are the same fucking head with different paint. Like I never realized that. And then these two guys got the same torso. All four of these guys have the same torso. Stalker, Snake Eyes, Short Fuse, fucking I think that's Breaker, and I think Grunt. They all have the same torso. And then of course Flash and Zap, or Flash and Grand Slam have the same torso.
Yeah.
These guys, all six of these guys have the same left right arm. These two guys have the same right arm. These guys have the same right arm. These guys have the same right leg, right leg, and then Snake Eyes is the only one that has a unique thigh. His thighs are unique. Everyone else has these two guys have the same, but Snake Eyes has the same like shin bone as these two guys, but his thigh is unique. These guys, almost all the Joes have the same right leg with the pocket. That's funny. And then of course these guys all have unique stuff. Scarlet's completely unique. Rock and Roll has a unique torso. I think that's Clutch has a unique torso. Steeler, and then of course Stalker has a unique head. Snake Eyes has a unique head, and Snake Eyes has unique thighs. Well, that's pretty funny that they just, talk about reuse. They really just reused the shit out of that first wave. They were just like, how many guys can we make? We can make a couple different bodies and then just like make combinations, trade the parts around and make different characters. They basically kit bashed the first wave into existence. That's
probably all the pieces they had. That's probably like, they just made a whole wave out of them.
This is the wave where I came in. I came in 1984. So that was Baroness, Blowtorch, Duke, Firefly, Mutton Junkyard, Recondo, Ripcord, Roadblock, Storm Shadow, Spirit, Scrap Iron, Clutch, Cobra Stinger Driver, Copperhead, Cutter, Zartan, Wild Weasel, Thunder, Deep Six, and the Hooded Cobra Commander. It's a great wave to come in on. That's a great goddamn wave, bro. Shit, Zartan, fucking Copperhead, Storm Shadow, Spirit, Roadblock, fucking Blowtorch, Firefly. Crazy. That's a crazy wave right there. And then you had those vehicles there.
But then they got us.
So this is pretty cool. You can see
Hasbro got us. Hasbro did to us what they always do to us. They came out with swivel arm grip like a year later. We didn't have those figures. So you bought the first wave and you didn't have them.
Yeah.
I say maybe a year.
Well, these came out as swivel. These were always these characters were always swivel.
When those came out, they reissued the original ones.
The original ones,
with the swivel arms. So now you playing with him and you posing your guy. He's going like Zartan can do this, but Stalker can only do this.
Right.
So now, and then they reissue. You like, dang. They go, hey. So you had to buy them twice. Hasbro got us on that one, man. Listen, I can't blame them because that's just something somebody came up with on the fly. Innovation. And I get it, but they did get us, man. They got us good. They got us good, man. So they got us good because now you had to have, you know what I'm saying? Like you had to have the swivel arm joints. You had to have them. No way.
Wave 2 was beautiful. Wave 2 had the Cobra Commander in the package. Gave you Destro.
I remember Wave 2.
Gung Ho.
Major
Blood, fucking Medic Doc, fucking Snow Job. I had all of these. You know what? I might have came in on 2. I had all of these. These are my favorite one. Tripwire, yep, fucking Torpedo, fucking Snow, yep. I came in on 2. That's when you had to mail away for Duke. I had these were the ones I came
once they saw that, it took off. The line took off. They were
Yeah.
pumping them out on the regular. Like we got a new wave every year. Like it wasn't like they do now where they tease us a little bit and then no, they gave us a whole line and we bought them. Like and then they would introduce them in the cartoon. So every fall, like September when the new cartoon came out, we got new Joes. So we'd be like, oh man, like what they coming out with? We see them in the magazine, and that's just how they did it, man. But they bought our whole ways, bro, and it was dope. Like I kind of wish they would do it like that now instead of how Hasbro does it, where they half a year, just bring out a whole line, throw them out there, once a year, September. Let us go ham. Let's go crazy.
Yeah. Bro, imagine having these on card. The first wave, like not swivel arm, like just the very first wave. Fucking wow.
Carded
Bro,
800, 60,
yeah.
damn, 70, loose 75. I had the officer. That's one of the first ones I had.
Yeah, he's one of the most expensive ones. So is Scarlet. Snake Eyes is 1,200. What?
Damn.
You gonna spend a band to 1,200 to get Snake Eyes, bro?
There's people spending it, bro.
Yeah.
There's people spending it. They ain't playing no games. They like, I'm getting it.
Why they slide Zap down here by himself? I don't know. But then see, Cobra Commander wasn't on card. He was mail order figure, and he had the Mickey Mouse. He had the top of his Cobra Commander logo had looked like Mickey Mouse. They called it the Mickey Mouse logo, and Classified put out a version of Cobra Commander with the Mickey Mouse logo. It came with the his tank as one of the tiers. But
because I think they gave us hooded Cobra Commander, and you had to mail away for the one with
that was
mask.
wave 3 was hooded. Wave 3 was hooded. I mailed away for Hooded Cobra Commander when I was in kindergarten. I remember going to the mailbox every single day until that shit came, and I thought it took like months. As a little kid, I couldn't understand why it was taking so long, bro. I was getting upset, bro. I was getting mad.
And they told you 6 to 8 weeks. That's what it was.
And that's what it was, bro.
Yeah, everything was 6 to 8 weeks. 6 to 8 weeks. 6 to 8 weeks.
8 weeks, bro. And you gonna wait 10 weeks, trust me.
That's a month and a half to 2 months that you had to wait to get your stuff in the mail. But bills come every day. Bills came once a month. They came every day, so I understand why.
Right. Yeah, Storm Shadow was just the first ninja, and look, there's Cobra Commander mail away.
Mail away. Hooded. For the hooded joint.
Yeah.
Yep. Man, we were tripping over that. When Hooded Cobra Commander came out, we were tripping, bro. We were like, they need to bring us a Hooded Cobra Commander. Oh, we don't have a Hooded Cobra Commander. Classified never bought one out.
He's only 300. Damn, look, Storm Shadow. If you want an OG Storm Shadow, it's 1,100 for a nice, good quality one.
Carded Storm Shadow.
Yeah. The rest of them are all about 500. Baroness, they want 7. Yeah, Baroness. We classified as a good Baroness now. I made a good one out of it. So that was that was 84, 85. They gave us I loved 85. That was I remember where I lived. Everything when this wave came out.
Dreadnoughts came out when this wave right here. Alpine.
Man. Yeah, this was a great wave, bro. This was a good time. Like this is when I was old enough to really be really playing with it. Yeah, and I was really old enough.
85 was the peak because
I think it's when they really came into what it was gonna be. Like this is when the characters we saw like, okay, this is what G.I. Joe is gonna be. It's gonna be this big variety of very unique dudes that aren't necessarily like just army guys. Like they're all kinds of motherfuckers. Like this dude, Airtight, is like an environmental fucking hostile environment cleanup, fucking firefighter dude here, barbecue, like an alpine mountain climber dude. And of course, Dreadnoks came in, bro. Crimson Guard. dusty with the cloth fucking thing. The eel was a fucking big. I love the eel for some reason. I love the eel. I loved any character that their head looked like a ninja mask. That was an instant. I loved it.
Now, I think the twins
Fucking
came
Flint,
out. I think the twins came out the year after that, but I'm not sure.
Quick
I
Kick.
don't remember. Quick Kick. I
We
remember.
will get there. Lady J
Look at
fucking Footloose. And here's the other dreadnought, fucking
Ripper.
there's your boy right there. This
I
one,
bought
this
that was
one,
the
your
first.
boy.
That was the first one I bought in that wave. I bought him.
Shipwreck.
When that wave came out, I bought Shipwreck and Snake Eyes. They were the
Yeah.
first two I bought, and then I just bought the rest of them. I got the rest of them at my leisure. But those two I got first. I always liked the Shipwreck. I thought Shipwreck was dope.
I think this is the best Snake Eyes, period. Best version.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
And the snow, the oh man, the
And that's
snow.
what version what? That's version 2, right?
Two,
Of Snake
two,
Eyes.
yeah, version 2.
That's the one they don't want to give us.
Yeah. No, they gave us 2. They don't want to give us 3. They gave us 1, 2, and 4. They skipped 3.
Wow, I forgot what 3 looked like. 3 looked something like that,
3?
right?
Nah, I'm gonna show you 3. Here's the twins. They were in this one. They came in this pack right here,
Yeah, they
like
came,
a 2
okay.
pack with the mirrors.
Yeah.
Remember? Had a mirror.
Yeah.
Yep, and then there's they had Televiper and
Televiper. I had all 3 of them. I had all 3 of them on that. I had all the dreadnoughts. I had the twins, Crimson Guard. I had all of them.
Man, Listen and Fun. They came with a red version of Tripwire. Wow, I did not have that.
I didn't have it.
I did not have that. All right, so version 3 Snake Eyes. This is what, 85? I think version 3 came out in 88. I'm gonna say.
Was it 88?
Let me jump over 88. Let's see. See if I was right. I love 88. It's one of my favorite years. I know that. Nope, it ain't 88. But 88 probably has my favorite characters in it. That's one that was my favorite year, 88. But all right, let's jump. I don't want to skip. Let's go back. 85 we did. Let's see, 86. 86 was great. You had the Bat, you had Beats Head, you had Dial Tone, you had Dr. Mindbender. This was a good time. Like, I literally remember buying all of these. I remember buying all of these.
Yeah, I had all of those. I remember it was Lifeline,
General
Leatherneck.
Hawk, Iceberg, Leatherneck, yep. Lifeline, yep. Fucking Low Light, Mainframe, Monkey Wrench.
I think the mail away figure in that was Hawk. I think you had the mail away for Hawk on that one.
Mm-hmm. There's you get Roadblock, the big Roadblock. You get Sci-Fi. The Vipers came out. Yeah, this was a wonderful, wonderful line right here, bro. Wetsuit, fucking Xandar and Serena.
Yep.
Bruh. Wait, this was the mail away.
Sergeant Slaughter was mail away. Yep.
Yep. And we still haven't classified. Still hasn't done this one with the USA, as far as I know, in the black type pen. I don't know why. This would be. Maybe they have.
They got. I got that one. But I don't.
Oh,
but he doesn't have USA.
You have.
He don't have USA. He doesn't have USA on his shirt.
See?
Yeah, he doesn't have. Let me see something. Hold on. I got him right there. He right in the front too. Let's see. I know he has the camo pants and the black shirt. He definitely got that. But I don't think he has the USA on the shirt.
So classified, we've already got classified. We have the Bat, we have the Beats Head, we have Dial Tone, we have Mindbender, we have Hawk, we have Leatherneck, we have Lifeline. We don't have Iceberg. We have Low Life, Mainframe, Monkey Wrench. We got Sci-Fi and the Viper. We don't have this Roadblock. We got Wetsuit, Xandar, and Zarana. So we need this Roadblock.
God knows what we got to do to get that Roadblock. Because they refused to make it.
Two black guys on this one.
Yeah, they refused to make Roadblock, the original Roadblock, even in the card back. And
no, they got the OG one.
Which one?
The OG Roadblock they got. I got that one. Watch.
Is that the one with the orange, right?
Oh. Where's he at? Oh, he waiting.
He's still under the USA on.
Check him out.
Yeah, Sarge just don't have the USA on. He's got the black shirt and the camouflage.
Damn.
Yeah, that's the original, yeah. With the orange, with the orange pants.
Yeah,
that's what I was talking about. Yeah, that's one with the orange pants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a great wave. So we pretty much have all these now in classified. So we need to keep moving now. 87. We have a lot of these in classified too. Pretty much all of them.
I remember that wave. I had a lot of characters from this wave too.
This is a great wave. Big Boa.
I think 88 or 89 was when I stopped collecting.
Yeah, that's
I'll tell you when we get, because I had Crystal Ball, Crocmaster, Falcon. I didn't have
Crazy
Fast Draw.
Legs.
I had Crazy Legs,
Armored Cobra Commander,
Cobra
Big
Commander.
Boa, Chuckles.
Mm.
We got Crocmaster, Crystal Ball, Falcon. No, they didn't make Fast Draw yet for classified, and I'm glad they didn't, and I don't think they need to. We can just leave that one forgotten.
They can make them all they want. I'm not getting.
Outback, Law and Order, Jinx. They made those. They haven't made Just Blues yet. They need to do that. I would love to make Just Blues Gung-Ho. That would be great. Psych Out they can keep. Raptor they made. Sneak Peek they can keep. Techno Viper they made. The Renegades they just made. Mercer. They're about to make the other two Renegades here.
They should have gave it to us like that. I don't know why.
Globulus. I know we got Tunnel Rat. Tunnel Rat was great. He's definitely one of my all-time favorite.
Globulus, I had them too. With the guard.
Globulus, the Enforcer, and the guard came in a 3-pack. That was a great 3-pack right there.
Yeah, that was a great 3-pack.
We never, for some reason, they didn't make what's her name. We didn't get Pythona for some reason. We just got these 3. So
no, they never made, because I think Pythona, was she came with the cartoon, and then when everybody saw it, it was like, yo, where's she at? We just never got her. She's just a cartoon. She just came with the cartoon.
Well, the cartoon came out, the movie came out first, and then they made Cobra La these figures after that. These guys, the Battle 2000 Force, I did have this guy over here, Eliminator. He drove some vehicle, and Dominator he drove some snow vehicle.
I was done by it. I was done by it. I have none of those. I have none of the 2000 figures.
Well, that was 87, bro.
No,
that's 87. That's 1987.
Let me see the 88 line. Let me see the 88 one.
These Battle Force 2000. This is 1987.
I never collected none of those.
But it was 1987 though. It wasn't like the year 2000. They're just called Battle Force 2000, but they came out in 87. 88 was a phenomenal wave. One of the last waves I was in. But I didn't fuck with all of them. I didn't mess with
all of them either. Yeah, I had a few here and there.
Cobra Knot, Blizzard. I mean, they need to make Blizzard because now we're getting the Snowcat. We have some good snow stuff, so they're make Blizzard. We just got Budo, phenomenal character there. Charbroil, I didn't ever like.
I never had Charbroil.
He was horrible looking. Hydro Viper, I cannot wait till they make Hydro Viper. Obviously, Hit and Run, one of my favorites. They are just coming out with him. He had a parachute and stuff. He was a great figure.
I had Hardball.
2 versions of him. Hardball, yep, he's about to. I don't think they made Hardball yet. Wait,
no, they haven't made. No, we haven't got a Hardball. They make Hardball, I don't think, because I don't have him.
Heavy duty, they got.
That's heavy duty.
I don't know why they made heavy duty, but yeah, Hit and Run, $1,200 if you get the Hit and Run that has the parachute. That's a hard to get Target fucking exclusive back in '88. Then they had the Iron Grenadiers. That was a phenomenal figure. I loved that figure. I loved the Iron Grenadiers.
It is about 88. This one I was just hit and miss with them.
Yeah, Muskrat. I love Muskrat. Repeater they can keep, but I don't know. I hope they don't make it. I guess they're gonna make this guy here, Spearhead and Max. It was a dude that came with a little cat, like a mountain lion.
Yeah, because Road Pig. I remember. Yeah, I remember that dude. Because we used to trip over him. Obviously. Road Pig, and the SWAT special, Shockwave. We tripped over it. We thought we thought they were dope.
Yeah, and then obviously version 2 Storm Shadow, my favorite Joe of all. And then Hostile Environment Trooper. I don't think I ever had. And then Voltar, Destro's General. I had.
Voltar.
And then they made these 2-packs. I never saw Night Force ever as a kid, and it kills me because they had this whole Night Force team that came out in 88, and they, I guess they just never came around where I lived or something, but I never saw these Joes. And they're pretty cool. No, I did see someone I knew had these. I saw this Outback one. But so yeah, Outback and Crazy Legs Night Force. Now for Classified, we got a Crazy Legs Night Force. We got a Night Force Falcon. We got a Night Force Tunnel Rat. Now, I don't know if they made these 2 packs to sell figures they couldn't sell. Because I think Crazy Legs, Sneak Peek, and Psych Out were all figures that didn't sell well at all. So they paired them with Outback, Falcon, and Tunnel Rat figures that did sell well. But these are hard to get. These are very hard to get. They're like $1,250 if you can find them carded. They're some of the most expensive carded Joes that you can get. Like they're more expensive than Snake Eyes or Storm Shadow. Then they had this 2-pack, which is Muskrat and Voltar. That one's not worth a lot. Then they did Tiger Force that year. So we got our Tiger Force crap.
I was done by then. I thought it was gimmicky at this point.
Yeah,
Tiger Force. Then they had like Shark Force or something like that, or like Water Force. It was something crazy they had.
I don't know. I was definitely out of it by then.
It was just all gimmicky by then.
Yeah.
It was just all gimmicks by then. That's why I just left it alone until they came out with Classifieds.
89 was my last year. You had Alley Viper, which I had. This Iron Grenadier dude, Destro Elite Trooper I had. Back Blast I had. Astronaut Countdown, I think I had him.
See, I remember all these, but I never
Frag Viper. Yeah.
I remember him though.
Yeah.
Frag Viper.
I had Frag Viper.
Was cool.
I didn't have none of these dudes. Yeah, Frag Viper was cool. I liked him. I didn't have none of these dudes though. I had Naugahyde. I remember getting Naugahyde.
Naugahyde, yeah.
Heat Viper I had. Night Viper I had.
I remember Night Viper.
Scoop, I don't think I bothered with. Rock and Roll version 2 I actually had. Recoil, I don't think I had. This version 3 Snake Eyes, loved him. And then Stalker in the kayak, I had him. He was the Tundra, like snow version of Stalker.
I remember that.
He was awesome.
I remember that Stalker.
Yeah, he was awesome.
I was like, why did you do that?
I'm pissed off that what's his name, Lenny, ain't made this Snake Eyes, man. He got the butterfly swords on his chest. He got a 3-piece staff. He got a Uzi with a silencer, bro. He's kitted out.
He made his favorite one. He made his favorite one.
I know. He skipped this one and went to version 4 because he probably couldn't wait. But that's fucked up, man. You know, I was waiting on this, bro. Come on, Lenny. But
we'll get it. We'll get it sooner.
We'll get it eventually, I'm sure. Yeah, I hope so. And then you had these other Night Force figures that I never knew about, man, as a kid. It pisses me off. But you had Shockwave with Lightfoot, Charbroil, and Repeater. Yeah,
they were gimmicky for me. They were gimmicky for me, though.
All these were was just repaints of figures they couldn't sell well.
Yep. I used to see them in Toys R Us.
And Python Patrol came out. Yeah. So Tiger Force came out in 88. Then Python Patrol came out in 89. I did have shamefully, I had some of the Tiger Force and the Python Patrol.
I had none of them. I was done by then because I just didn't like. I don't know. It was just so different. I just was like, you can keep.
Well, you probably fucking old. Yep. You were probably fucking like 20 years old.
I would have still bought them and kept them carded. I would have just kept them carded and I would have never opened them.
The Mauler came out. Tank Driver. Yeah, this was the last year that I ever played with G.I. Joe or had any. What happened in 90? I don't even know what came out in 90. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know any of these dudes. Freefall, Gridiron, Bullhorn, Ambush, Laser Viper. There's Metalhead.
Okay. Metalhead, I remember.
Yeah, I don't remember Metalhead. I do remember this guy, the Cobra, the Night Creeper, though. He was great. I saw him. I saw Night Creeper before. That's weird that I saw him.
I remember seeing them all, but never bought them. Never got them.
No.
Never got into them. Yeah,
I never saw these guys. I never saw a lot of these because I wasn't going to the toy section at this age to look at stuff. That's why I didn't see a lot of these. See, here's Saw Viper. See, Lenny's put out a lot of these. They've already gone into this year, man. It's in what is this 90, 89? This is 2000. So or 90, I mean. Lenny's already crept over to 90, man. You ain't finished the 80s yet, bro. Come on, slow down.
Because I think he
Slow
did it
down.
because Lenny. I don't know if he's older or younger than us, but I guess he feels like
He has to be younger. He's got to be younger.
people will remember these, but he's
Well,
not
he
thinking about the
does.
people. He ain't thinking about
Yeah.
what we remember. Yeah, like he's
Right.
like, oh, people remember these. They can't bring out the start, man. Look, start at 81 and work your way up, dog. Like
Yeah.
let's just keep it going. Like,
I mean, it's really our age that's really buying these shits.
yeah, and we're the ones that really remember them as well as we do.
Right. Yeah. 1990 was crazy. I don't
It was.
I don't need. Let's see if he went. Yep, he went into 91 because here's Big Ben. That was one of the earliest ones they put out.
I remember Big Ben when he came out.
Really?
Yeah, 91. I remember when he came out. I was in
See?
that was my 11th grade in I was in the 11th grade then in 91.
I remember this. This is Desert Scorpion. I remember him.
See, I remember all these. I just never bought them. I seen them in
remember none of
stores and all that. Just never bought them. I go in the
Huh.
toy aisle and look at them, but I just never bought them. By then, I was just like,
yeah, Dusty was cool, man. Dusty with the
Dusty.
beret, that one's awesome. He comes with a dog.
Yeah, by then I just
Here's
wasn't
Heavy
interested.
Duty. Okay, here's Heavy Duty. I got Heavy Duty. See, Lenny even put out Heavy Duty already, man.
Heavy
Piss me
ordnance.
off that he's going way into the 90s, bro. You need to finish the 80s first.
Sci-fi, yeah.
Give us all the 80s.
Snow
Here's
Surfer.
Snake
His
Eyes version 4.
Snake
Huh?
Eyes. His the one he liked.
Mm-hmm. Cobra Snow Trooper. I don't know none of these. I'm glad the ones that he did make I've seen before. Here's another one he's about to make. This probably he's gonna make this cesspool guy, probably. I know he's gonna make that crazy ass Zartan. Look,
We
here's
know
a
that.
Matrix.
We
Oh, this
already
is when they got real gimmicky, bro. This is when they started doing squirt. They had like squirt guns. These ones had water guns. Like they came with water.
That's
shit
what I
that squirted
was
out.
talking about. Remember I said they had the water joints? I was like, man, look. I was like, there's the water joints
These
or
ones got
shark force,
sound.
whatever they was. I remember them. I was like, oh my god, they just did G.I. Joe just so dirty. I remember those. I at this point they just turned me off, man.
Look at this. They got Road Pig with fluorescent green colors and shit. He got
Yeah, they turned me off on that. Well, look, man, I gotta go.
Bugging,
I'm running late now. We gotta
version 3 Rescue Trooper.
Lifeline. Yeah.
Who is this?
That's the one they just bought out. The Lifeline they just bought out, version 3.
For classified.
Yeah, that's not the original. That's version 3.
How is he different than the original one?
Because the other one was I think he had like a small white briefcase, and he had like
He was 83.
Go there he was. Go back. No, go back.
He was 84. You seen him?
No, you go back there. What you at? 83? Right there. Go up.
What are you talking about, man?
Right there. Is that him? No, that's fine.
No, you're tripping.
No, go up.
It's 83.
I thought I just seen him.
You didn't. It's 83. Okay, it's 80. Hold on, man. It's 85. That's 85. Hold on. Now it's tripping. Lifeline did not come out in 86, bro. Yes, he did. 86. Okay. So
Yeah, see,
I do not see the difference. Yeah.
Only a small white briefcase.
So did that one.
That one had a briefcase and some big thing that came with him. And
So
he had
did
Lifeline. And he had
It's a
something else.
backpack and a briefcase.
But he had something else. Go back down to him. He had something else.
I know.
I can't remember what it is.
Hang on. Let me.
What year was that?
That was like 91. Let's go back down. 91. They came out with version 2. Let me compare that to version 1. We doing side by side. They both got 3 pockets on the left. They both got a holster on their chest. They both got okay. Version 1 got a white pocket on his left leg. Version 2 does not. They both say rescue on their pants. They both have
Shades.
green shades with silver visor. They both have the same helmet with the
But
thing.
his white thing is more like a briefcase in the first one. This is like a backpack.
No, look on version 3. Look, there's a handle right here. It's a briefcase, like you carry it. And then look right here. This is a handle right here. It's the same box. It's identical. It's the exact same box. And the backpack too. Look, here's the same fucking backpack.
Yeah, backpack. Yeah, same one. Yep.
Why are they
So what's
calling
version?
it
I don't understand what version
Where's
3 is
version
about.
2? Where's 2?
You got me.
Why? Because the only difference is that
Came
leg.
with a vehicle. You probably came with a vehicle.
Oh, this was only available in 1991 through the Kellogg's Company by purchasing Rice Krispies cereal. Lifeline was originally made available in 86 and 88. So 88's version 2. So that was just a version that came out, and he did not have the white pocket on his left leg. That's the difference there. And then 88 had version 2, which came out. It must have been some mail order thing. Let me go way down. It's got to be at the bottom because I never heard of it. Where is version 2 Lifeline? Oh, Super Trooper. I remember when he came out. You had to make up your own trooper or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. I did it.
Right there. Go back. Down. You missed him. Down. Is that him right there? Yep. Lifeline medic. Bang.
Yeah. I wonder if they're calling that
12.
version 2 because he had it's the Tiger Force. So I guess it's version 2 is Tiger Force. I guess that counts as version 2.
With that, I gotta go. I gotta move.
All right, bro.
I stayed a lot longer than I should have. But
yeah, you usually don't stay this late.
I gotta rush out of here now. But
be safe, man. And, don't crash your car, bro.
I won't. Make sure I get out of here now. Will be good.
All right, Joe. So we'll see you back in a couple shows.
Be here.
Peace, bro. Be safe. I'm gonna yeah, I didn't end the show completely because I told you I was gonna break down this Energon universe. I'm gonna give y'all the full breakdown real quick here. For those who was patiently waiting. If you've been sleeping on this, if you've been sleeping on the Energon comics, man, it's very much, I think, revived Transformers and G.I. Joe properties in the comics. So you definitely do yourself a favor and check these out. For the last 2 years, Image Comics, Skybound Entertainment, Imprint has created this very dope universe with a handful of ongoing and mini series. The Energon universe, it's merging the classic Hasbro properties with a very dope original IP as well. So to make it more than just the sum of its parts. So now, just a few years after it's gotten started, it's a shared world that has transformed, pun intended, into a serious cultural juggernaut in comics. The comics alone have done a lot of work getting people to care about the Energon universe, but even more eyeballs are on this new franchise thanks to the news that an adult animated series based on the Energon universe is now in production. So very exciting. If you've been reading these comics, not only is it going to be a animated series based on the Energon universe, but an adult animated series, man. So meaning that it's not going to hold back with violence or language or whatever, and just going to be able to just fully express the way it would in the comics. So that's very cool. And while fans who have been following these books for the past several months are very, very excited, some are undoubtedly lost, but not knowing what is the Energon universe. What are we talking about? What makes it dope? And is there still time to jump in? Like, have I missed the train? Like, is it too late to get in, man? And no, very much not. This is actually a great time. But what's so funny about the Energon universe is that it came out of nowhere, dude. It was very much a surprise. 2023, Image Comics published Void Rivals. VOID Rivals. Void Rivals. It was just a new series that was promised to be the start of a shared comic universe. That's all we knew. And because the series protagonist, Dirac and Celilia, come across and activate the Autobot Jetfire, which kickstarts a chain of events followed up on in a subsequent Transformers comic. So then it wasn't long before Image announced that its new Energon universe would be composed of the Void Rival series, as well as the Transformers comic and other Hasbro comic properties, rather, like G.I. Joe. So while the idea of, this whole shared, comic book universe is very much is not new for the Hasbro properties, right? IDW Publishing had previously attempted one with the Hasbro Reconstruction Initiative. But the Energon universe is definitely aimed to be something very different. And this was a world where these properties were like baked in from the start, and there's like a shared history between all the titles, and then there's this separate Void Rivals title that kind of ties it together and fills in the gaps, and each book kind of gives you more clues about the overarching narrative that kind of seals it all. And so Energon, for example, right? Energon is the substance that Transformers need to survive. It's what gives them their life. It's also used by the protagonist of Void Rivals for very similar reasons. Void Rivals are not humans necessarily, right? So, but I'll get into it, right? So despite this shared universe nature of this franchise, right, it's very accessible. It's not something that you have to like start at the very beginning necessarily. A new reader can easily hop in, and so characters from other series do pop up, like Pythona from the Cobra Commander miniseries came in Void Rivals. There was a Duke miniseries where he came in, encountered Starscream in the Duke miniseries. So you'll see like different, like dudes from Transformers in G.I. Joe comics and vice versa, and they have these miniseries, and it's all related. Obviously, this Energon universe has been more concerned with building up its new worlds and the connected mythology, and rather than just sensationalism or whatever. And so far hasn't had any major crossovers between any of the main comics, but there is enough substance in each series to definitely keep readers interested in what the other ones are doing. Like when you read G.I. Joe or whatever, it doesn't make you like, oh, now I gotta go read Transformers to understand it. It's like, I want to go read Transformers now and see how that shit is relating over there. Like it makes you want to. And so now is definitely a good time, man, to hop in. So with an Energon universe adaptation now getting ready to come out, right? This new series getting ready to come out. So I don't know about y'all, but for me, if I find out there's a movie, right, or a show coming out that's based on a book or a comic, and I haven't already read it, when I've already read it, isn't that the best, bro? That's the best. When you've read, like, you've been a fan of a comic or a book, and they're like, we're making this show, it's like based on this shit that you've already loved. That's the best shit in the world. But not the case, then still they're getting ready to make it. So okay, let me go read that book before. If I have time, I will try to read that book or comic before that movie or show comes out, because trust me, it's better that way. it's so much better to do it that way. Because when you read the book or the comic first, you get everything. You get the ins and outs, the whole, you know what I mean? Everything, right? The shit that they're not going to show in the movie and the show. But when you watch the movie and the show, if you've read the stuff, there's little stuff in there, little nods that only someone who's read that is going to get or know what that is, or you know what I mean? And like that kind of shit is cool. So this is the time, man. Go check this out, because when this comes out, it's gonna be hot. Now, it's gonna take a while. Obviously, animation takes years. Obviously, look at how Invincible seasons are like fucking 4 years apart, right? So, fortunately, that gives us plenty of time to read and track down all the different products. And it's not a lot. It's not hell of shit either, so it's definitely consumable, and you don't have to read every single bit of it either. You can just read what you want. You don't even have to read Void Rivals at all. You can just read G.I. Joe and Transformers and get enough to fully get, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to read everything. Obviously, you know, if you're really into it, you'll want to, but the great thing about it is it's not necessary. I think that's what's dope. So, granted, between the ongoing series like Void Rivals and the mini series that come out, like your Destro and Scarlet and Duke, the mini series, Starscream. So, they have close to 100 issues, all told, right? And that being said, it's absolutely worth the investment, right? As time goes on, the Energon universe has definitely blossomed into something very unique. And yeah, it's a lot of cool fights and dope art and amazing characters, but more importantly, it has very consistent themes that run across the franchise. So the struggles that come with like war, the value of family and close alliances, the importance of standing up for what's right, despite all the new trappings of this shared world, it has the same heart that you know that you know from G.I. Joe or Transformers, that you've always known. That's always, you know, been that case. And so personally, I'm super excited for the Energon series. As interesting as these books have been individually, I'm very curious to see how a show will combine all these books and all these series all at once. But the comics, it's not going to beat the comics. The comics are just going to be better. Just no way they can get around that, but it's going to be very cool. But even if there's even a small part of you that's curious about, you know, about it, I definitely encourage you to do yourself a favor, man, and check them shits out, dog. Energon universe. You can look up Transformers, G.I. Joe, Void Rivals. There's mini series, like I said. There's Duke. There's Scarlet. There's a bunch of them, man. Check it out. Look it up. Do your research. Do yourself a favor. Have fun. And other than that, man, we do this every Wednesday and every Saturday night at about 7 p.m. So if you're new to the show, new to the channel, hit the like button, subscribe. We'll see you guys this weekend. Have a great rest of your week. And y'all, as y'all already know, as I always tell you,
Be water, my friend.